Hello, this is my video questions for quiz 6 on chapter 4. So this question, how many grams of Li2 can be produced from 0.34 moles of LiOH? So from the equation, it's there. Here's kind of my work here. I just took 0.34 moles of LiOH, or lithium hydroxide, did the mole-to-mole ratio to get to moles of lithium oxide, and the mole to grams ratio, which is the molar mass of lithium oxide is 29.88 grams. And I plugged this in, calculator, and I got 5.1 grams of lithium oxide, which is what it's asking for. So that's that question. Question number 4. So I wrote out the equation right there, and it's asking for the limiting reactant, the mass of the product produced in the experiment, and what is the percent yield of the reaction. And so to find the limiting reactant, I used the mass of magnesium, which was given to find the mass of oxygen. And so I converted the mass of magnesium and then found mass of oxygen to moles of magnesium oxide to see which one would be the limiting reactant. And it seems as oxygen, or O2, O2 is the limiting reactant, because it's as much as you can make. It's less than that by like a hair. And the mass of the product produced in the experiment, I just took the numbers from here. The mass of crucible lid and MgO product, 31.08, minus mass of crucible and lid, 30.26. So I subtracted those, as you can see right there. Got 0.82 grams of magnesium oxide. And then to find the percent yields, I took 0.34 grams of O2, because it's the limiting reactant. Like, this is as much as you can make from what is made. Grams to mole ratio, mole ratio from the chemical formula. This is where the 2 comes from, and the 1 from the O2. And then the mole to grams, and that equals 0.86 of MgO. And so to find the percent yield, you do the actual divided by the theoretical times 100, which I didn't write, but it's implied, is equal to 95.3%, and that is the percent yield. And for the last question, it is this. I'm given a 1.506 gram sample of limestone, which is this right here. And I'm also given 0.558 grams of CO2. And it's asking what was the mass percent of limestone in the original sample. And so, yeah, to find that, I took, or it's going to be mass percent, as part over whole. So it's going to be the part of the limestone, part whatever the limestone I'm trying to find, over this right here. And so to find that, I took 0.558 grams of CO2. It kind of took me a while to think it through, but took it moles to, or grams of mole conversion. I found the moles of CO2, to moles of limestone. It's the same because they're each 1 mole. So it's just, here's the math for that, or right here. And then take the moles of limestone, mole to gram ratio yet again to find the grams that were produced, or find the grams of limestone, and then take this, put this part over whole, mass percent of the, or you just take the mass percent of the limestone and you multiply by 100, and you get a mass percent of 84.7. Yep.